Hey y'all, how's it going? I'm Jazz, and this is Steam on a Budget, where we'll select a game on the Steam Popular New Releases section, play it, and evaluate it according to its playability, the amount of money invested in it, total playable time, and how worth it was afterwards. For this, we're following this article on Lifehack that stipulates how much is your time really worth. Today's game is...
To overpower the enemy, you must outthink them. And the enemy exists in every known sector. Each battle will take you closer to your goal. You have everything you need at your disposal. Now, go make it happen.
Fractured Space is, first and foremost, a free-to-play game. It was developed and published by Edge Case Games and was released on September 22, 2016. Winner of the PAX West Award for Best MOBA in 2016, Fractured Space is a game where you are assigned with badass spaceships to take over the other team's facility and enemy base with the help of your fellow comrades and ship crew. For starters, this game is hard even while playing against an AI. The difficulty of controlling the ships is as hard as if you were controlling an actual big-ass ship. Your team consists of 4 other ships that go against 5 enemy ships. Your crew includes a tactical, a captain, an AI, a comms, an engineer, and a navigation officer that will communicate via radio, alerting you to system destruction, facilities taken, new enemies in sight, or allies down. Your team must create a strategy in order to take down the enemy ships and use their respawn time to take over the facilities in each location to follow until you can get access to the enemy base and win the game. While needing to pay attention to the enemy ships that spawn, you also need to control your facilities, capture new ones, beware ships that are shooting you, take cover, and make sure you are not destroying the ship by hitting meteorites on your way. Whew! Seems like a lot to do just on one go. Just wait till you see the minimaps. There are 5 locations in each round, these being the home base, Beta 1 and 2, Alpha 1 and 2, Gamma, and enemy base. On the minimap, you can see how many facilities are in each location, how many are under your team's control, how many under the enemy's, and how many teammates are there, as well as the number of enemy ships. There are different kinds of ship, such as attack, defense, and utility. Even though you can relate to most MOBA that these types are the usual DPS tank healer system, each ship has their own way of handling, shooting, and gameplay. Attack ships are, as expected, specialized in ship destruction, but they can go from sniper to bruise your ships. Defensive are the ones that hold the front line and have their own squadron of fighters to help them. Some even have repair drones that surround them during combat, making them tougher to deal with. And utility are ships that focus on supporting their comrades, not just by healing, but with abilities that buffs and clean debuffs. Their speed and attack effectiveness also change depending on your ship of choice, and abilities vary according to the ship you choose. You can give the ships a try and see how each of the abilities work. I strongly recommend trying them because on the firing range there are tips on how to play correctly with each ship. The ship's design looks great, especially with the various skin for each. Their texture and color palette turned out really good, and you can appreciate them from each side and details shown on the ships. The scenery is amazing. Some locations seem to have been taken from a sci-fi film production, though it doesn't seem to vary that much. I felt especially satisfied with the jump sequence, since it has been well planned for the game and reminded me of the Millennium Falcon hyperdrive or the Enterprise warp jumps. The game's sound effects are flawless and well explored, though the voice acting for the crew seems a bit too robotic and quite stereotyped. The epic soundtrack brings you the feeling of being in a real sci-fi space war. Pew 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 pew. Just kidding. Considering that I played this game for nearly 5 hours and I plan to play more of it in the near future, the amount of $25 worth 5 hours were definitely worth the hours spent playing for free. Seeing the final product, it's easy to notice that a lot of time and effort have been invested in this production. Since it's a free game, our real question here is whether it is or isn't worth wasting your time to play it. Well, I've played this game for 4 hours and was getting as excited as a child to see my ranks and stats going up. I got impressed with its visual art and gameplay, even if it was a bit hard at the beginning. You may get a bit bored from some repetition in scenery. Sometimes it may be just a bunch of asteroids on the way and that's it, and your crew's orders and reports. Teamwork is important here in order to create a strategy and make sure someone don't just pop into a location and gets killed because they were alone. Well, seeing the overall, it's a very fun and beautiful game that you can enjoy playing non-stop for hours. Its cost for the buyers is lower than the cost of production, and even if they wanted to establish a price of, say, $20 for the game, it would be worth it. Since it's free, I don't see a single reason why you shouldn't spend the next 5+ hours having an amazing time with this game. What are you waiting for? Go download it! Live long and prosper, y'all!
Battle Right comes as a new promise that has already conquered passionate fans among all kinds of communities. From comparing it to World of Warcraft's famous arena system, it has already hooked many that were looking for a similar experience. But does it really pay off as such? Let's take a look first.